Well, I am approaching Marsh Lake, just south of Fort Bridger in Evanston in Wyoming. Beautiful high Uintas, about 9,000 square feet. And I'm checking out Marsh Lake today. I'd gone up a couple weeks ago to Bridger Lake and had a phenomenal day of fishing. Caught around 30 fish, many around 12, 14 inches in length, good size. Brook, rainbow, a couple of brown. And went back up with my grandkids and they had a heyday. But I had not gone to Marsh Lake before, and I thought that I would come up here the last few days of September, first part of October, and take in the fall colors and just see what this lake is like and plan my adventures with the family for next year. The roads are pretty nice. I've got a Class B van and a little bit of washboard this time of year, but it's still very drivable, easily accessed. Wasatch National Forest Campground, East Marsh Lake. We've made it. We'll drive down into the campground area now. This is why I like coming up here this time of year. There's nobody here. I'm going to have the campground to myself. It's free. And although you've got shorter days, during the day, about 10 o'clock till about 4 in the afternoon, it gets warm. And with nobody around, you can get a lot of good fishing in. A lot of great campsites. This time of year, the campgrounds aren't attended, so the restrooms are closed, and the trash containers should be closed as well, but somebody's broken into that one. I wonder if that was a bear. But nice little drive down to the lake here. I'll see if there's a good place to put in. I come down with a float tube, a little belly boat, and a pontoon boat that has a trolling motor on it that you can use in this kind of a lake. And as long as you don't make wakes, that's okay. So beautiful lake. I don't see much fish activity right now. Yeah, I do. I see some rises right now. It's actually a very, very big campground. A lot of slots here for people. And most of it kind of circles the lake. Everybody's close to the lake, and there's a little dock on the other side. It looks like you probably have to walk to the other dock. Well, since I have the campground to myself, I'm just going to pull up here to the point that has the easiest access to the lake itself, so I can drag my stuff down to the lake here. I'll park right here on the edge and have a nice view of the lake. It's a much bigger lake than I thought. Bridger Lake that I'll show you tomorrow is about 1/3 this size, maybe even a little smaller. This will be a fun one to get around on. If it gets windy, I probably will go to the smaller lake. But right now, there's not a breath of wind. Well, this is where I've set up camp, just right above the lake, about a 50-yard walk down to the lake there, and getting all my gear out and set up so I can inflate my float tube and be on my way. Across the lake, they have another campground area that I didn't recognize. It looks like they have, they can take the boats right down to the water with some docks, so I'll have to look into that next year. There's a dock there, and they're unloading down there in an area. I've got all my gear laid out, and ready to hook up all the small things to the float tube, and I'll get out there and start fishing. Well, finally ready to launch. I got my little billy boat, pontoon billy boat, using unfortunately a 6-weight rod today. I've got a Tim Cara rod I might pull out a little bit later on, but I've got an anchor in the back And I think I'm all loaded up and ready to go. The wind's just now kicking up, so going to be paddling a little bit and maybe putting the anchor down every now and again. So we'll see how fishing is. Well, here I sit on Marsh Lake. Started at about 9. It's around 11:30 now. Been a little breezy, but not too bad. I had to anchor a few times to be able to stay in the same place. I had a real strong hit that I wasn't prepared for right in the beginning with the beetle pattern, and missed it. It hit it hard. It would have been a nice fish, but since then I've had no activity. I played some woolly boogers and played some different beetle patterns. Did a couple of leech patterns, but no luck. So I'm going to head over to Bridger, but when I come back, I'm going to go on the other side of the lake. They have campsites that are closer to the water and have some docks, so if you have kids, they can fish off the dock. And yeah, it should be pretty nice experience. Well, here I am at beautiful Bridger Lake. 4th time here in the last month or two. I just love it. We've got one person out in their belly boat enjoying themselves. I'm going to have some lasagna, potato chips, and a Diet Coke, and then I'll be out on the water myself. In my camper van, I have a generator, and I turn it on and heat up some water with a boiling pot that I have. And I eat this Mountain House freeze-dried food, and it's incredible. This is beef stroganoff with noodles, but I've tried almost everything they have. And it's always more than I can eat. I normally get 2 meals out of it, quick and easy. Pour in hot water, mix it up, wait 10 minutes, and sit down with my plastic fork and go at it. Well, I'm gonna go catch some fish now. All right, paddling away. Got my rod all ready. Making my way to the center of the lake to try a streamer first. Maybe talk to these guys later on, see if they've had luck and with what. But when I've been here, they take about anything. That makes it fun. Can't wait to come here with Derek and Caleb, David, Aaron, Isla, all the McElmoyles. They're going to love this lake if we come up here together sometime. Off we go. Little do these fish suspect what a massacre this is going to be for them. Hopefully I'll get some video. Well, I've got a fish on here. I was having trouble. I first started using a woolly booger type of an arrangement, but it was a shankless hook, and I wasn't able to keep 4 or 5 hits or piques on. So I've switched to a barbed hook instead of a barbless one. Well, it's been a nice, relaxing day out on the lake. I think I've caught about 20 some odd fish, but I haven't been able to film them because I'm busy getting them in and dealing with the float tube, but mostly woolly boogers today and a couple of small dry fly patterns for a little bit. But very relaxing, just kind of cruising around in the belly boat here, floating from one end of the lake to the other as the wind blows me, and then making my way back. It's a peregrine falcon in the sky right now. But a good time to just kind of think, enjoy nature. It's been about 50 to 60 degrees during the day, but the sun's been out, so while you're in the sun, it feels great. Water temperature's good. The fish are pretty active. A lot more activity around me than what I caught even. A lot of surfacing going on. I'm probably not matching the hatch very well. But time for reflection, time for just enjoying nature, getting out, having some quiet personal time and thinking about how exciting it'll be to have family included with this too sometime down the road. So I'm gonna be here tonight, make a nice meal, get up in the morning, be here for a lot of surface action, be here till about noon or so, and we'll see how tomorrow goes, and then I'll make my way back home. Okay, got another one on here. Looks like it's a rainbow. Good one. We'll say hi to him and let him go here in just a minute. He took my leech fly. Well, as the sun goes down here, I'm going to try a little mouse pattern on the calm water and see if it gives us any action. I've always enjoyed trying that. So we'll see. If I catch something, I'll make sure I get it on video. Cute little mouse, though. Well, we have a beautiful bald eagle that's just flew in. I don't know if you can see him very well. Hopefully he takes off in a second. I can see him right there, kind of in the middle. Can't focus in any closer. It's right in the middle, right there. Beautiful when he came in. Well, there's the bald eagle flying. I don't know if you can see him. I'm in my belly boat. Well, I was able to capture quite a bit of his flight. Well, there's Marcy and Liv in London, up nice and early. What?
Tried to eat it with its butt.
Well, you missed it. Wow, that's a big fish. That's a big fish you caught there.
Yeah.
Okay, bring it here. We have to fix it because you tried to bring it in. Liv. Well, Marcy and the kids have made it to the other side of the lake. They're at the dock over there, enjoying themselves. We're setting up our campsite now here at Bridger Lake in northern Utah on the Wyoming border. Have pretty much the campground to ourselves.